Success is never an accident. It's a deliberate design. On the battlefield, in the boardroom, or in the pursuit of personal greatness, the chasm between mediocrity and mastery is forged by one thing: mindset. The strategist plays the long game. The owner demands total accountability. The growth seeker thrives on resistance, and the master refuses to quit. These are not just ideas. They are weapons. Adopt them, and you don't just change your results. You rewrite your destiny.
The strategist mindset is all about seeing life as a grand chessboard, where every move should be deliberate and every battle has a larger purpose. Unlike those who rush headlong into daily routines or react emotionally to every small setback, the strategist sees beyond the immediate. They think in terms of decades, not just days, weighing the consequences of each action carefully and aligning them with long-term goals. This mindset requires stepping back regularly, zooming out to see the entire terrain, and making sure each step, each decision, each battle is worth fighting. It's what allows great military leaders, visionary entrepreneurs, and top athletes to rise above their competition. They play the long game. Adopting this mindset in your own life means moving beyond short-term pleasures and easy victories. It's about disciplined planning, constant analysis, and a refusal to act without a clear intent. A strategist doesn't just do, they study the landscape, gather intelligence, and consider every possible outcome before committing. This requires deep self-knowledge, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, the ways your lower impulses can sabotage you, and the real values that guide you. By constantly analyzing and refining your approach, you start to see the patterns that others miss, making better moves because you've thought 5 steps ahead. Research in fields as diverse as military history, psychology, and sports science confirms this mindset's power. Experts know that those who develop detailed, adaptable plans, rooted in solid data and deep self-awareness, are consistently more effective and resilient. In daily life, this translates into not just reacting to the world, but actively shaping it, choosing where to focus your time and energy, how to allocate resources, and which goals truly matter. While most people drift along, chasing fleeting pleasures or mindlessly grinding away, the strategist is always refining their approach and keeping their eyes on the ultimate prize. They live with purpose and precision, becoming not just players in the game of life, but the architects of their own victories. The ownership mindset is a powerful personal philosophy that shifts the way we approach challenges, responsibilities, and growth. It is the belief that you are responsible for your actions, your choices, and ultimately your outcomes, regardless of external circumstances. This mindset fosters accountability, resilience, and proactive behavior. It is the opposite of the victim mentality, which is rooted in blame, helplessness, and the belief that life happens to you rather than because of you. When you adopt an ownership mindset, you stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems or hand you success. You stop making excuses. Instead, you ask, what can I do to improve this situation? What is within my control? This question is transformational. It empowers you to act, learn, adapt, and move forward. You start seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth instead of permanent limitations. The ownership mindset destroys the victim mentality because the two cannot coexist. Victim mentality thrives on powerlessness and blame. It's not my fault. I can't do anything about it. They're holding me back. But ownership says, even if it's not my fault, it's still my responsibility. This shift takes your power back. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life. People with an ownership mindset build careers, relationships, and lives with intention. They don't fear failure. They learn from it. They don't wait for permission. They create opportunities. They don't dwell in problems. They solve them. In every setback, they ask, what can I learn? What can I change? What's next? Ultimately, the ownership mindset is not just about success. It's about freedom. Freedom from excuses, from bitterness, from being at the mercy of life. It's the foundation of true growth, leadership, and self-mastery. Once you claim ownership of your life, you realize that you are no longer a victim of your story. You are the author of it. The growth mindset is the deeply held belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. Unlike a fixed mindset, which assumes talent and intelligence are static, A growth mindset embraces challenges, learns from failure, and sees effort as a path to mastery. It's not just motivational talk. It's a transformative way of thinking backed by neuroscience and psychology. People with a growth mindset thrive in the face of setbacks because they view obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to improve. They understand that failure isn't a verdict, it's feedback. Whether in academics, career, or personal development, this mindset fuels resilience, adaptability, and continuous improvement. At its core, a growth mindset shifts the focus from "I can't do this" to "I can't do this yet." It empowers individuals to push boundaries, develop new skills, and ultimately realize their full potential. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about building a lifelong habit of learning and self-evolution. Consider Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. In high school, he was cut from the varsity basketball team, a devastating moment for most teenagers. Someone with a fixed mindset might have seen this as a sign that they weren't good enough and quit. But Jordan used it as fuel. He trained harder, pushed beyond his limits, and relentlessly worked on his weaknesses. Instead of letting failure define him, he let it refine him. The mastery mindset is the belief that focusing deeply on a single skill can unlock not only expertise, but also a stronger, more resilient character. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, promising quick results and constant excitement, mastery stands apart as a slower, more demanding path. It's about showing up daily, regardless of external rewards or recognition, and finding fulfillment in the process itself. This steady, often unglamorous work builds patience, discipline, and focus, qualities that spill over into every other area of life. Embracing mastery means letting go of the idea that progress should always be fast or entertaining. Instead of spreading yourself thin or chasing every new trend, you choose one thing and pour yourself into it for years, not months. Over time, the plateaus and setbacks become part of the journey, and your commitment shapes who you are. Ultimately, the mastery mindset isn't just about becoming great at something. It's about becoming someone who can weather challenges, stay grounded, and live with purpose. Research and countless real-life examples support this mindset. Elite athletes, accomplished writers, and dedicated craftspeople consistently prove that the deepest growth comes from long-term focus. Studies show that mastery of a skill rewires the brain to handle stress more effectively, enhances self-control, and increases overall life satisfaction. In other words, the mastery mindset doesn't just make you better at what you do, it fundamentally transforms how you show up for life.